Is he getting ready to run? Former Mayor Mike Bloomberg hinting at a bid for the White House in what would be his fourth consideration since 2008.
And he has an important deadline to meet by tomorrow. CBS 2's Valerie Castro has more from Midtown.
Certainly adds another dynamic to our backdrop.
Whether former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg will be a dynamic force for the Democratic Party may be playing out in the 2020 election after sources say he is preparing to enter the race.
Bloomberg was a patriot here in New York.
Political analyst Hank Shenkoff says he could have a shot despite his status as a billionaire, a fact snubbed by several of the Democratic candidates like Senator Elizabeth Warren. She tweeted, "Welcome to the race, Mike Bloomberg," along with a link to a calculator for billionaires that sums up her proposed wealth tax plan. Senator Bernie Sanders tweeted, "The billionaire class is scared, and they should be scared."
Some people will attack him because he's rich. Others will say, wait a second, well, I want to be a billionaire too.
But Bloomberg's candidacy isn't official quite yet. Sources say he is sending aides to Alabama to gather signatures to qualify for the primary there, a move that has to be done by Friday. That would reserve his right to enter the race if he decides to. His advisor released a statement saying Mike believes that Donald Trump represents an unprecedented threat to our nation. Mike is increasingly concerned that the current field of candidates is not well positioned to do that. It's a dramatic shift from just 6 weeks ago when Bloomberg reiterated in an interview that he was still not interested in running.
The truth of the matter is, when you look at the layout of who's going to vote and where the country is, I would be very unlikely to get elected. But in the private sector, I can make a difference.
He has, however, said in the past he thinks he can beat President Trump. Shenkoff agrees.
Trump should be worried anyway. The coalition is starting to fall apart, but he still can win. The states where he does well, white, blue-collar men, well, they still love him. Can Mike Bloomberg take some of those states? Let's see.
If Bloomberg does decide to move forward, he won't have to do much fundraising. In the past, he said he'd be willing to spend $1 billion of his own money on a campaign. In Midtown Manhattan, Valerie Castro, CBS 2 News.